Hey Use World, I am back with another video. Today we're going to go over 10 different bags in my collection that fits the classic box leather silhouette. And when we think of classic box crossbodies or bags in general, the first thing, at least I do, think of is the Celine box bag. And I'm not talking about the box leather or anything. I'm talking about the actual design where it's just a rectangular shape or even a square shape with some sort of buckle in the front. I'm expanding this category a little bit, and how I'm breaking it down is basically a bag when it comes to the design is going to be a flat bag with some sort of metal enclosure. Usually it's where it shines and it's very unique. It cannot have a top handle and it must be able to be crossbodied. So let's just get right into it. Bag on the list here is going to be the Maison Kitsuni Eddie bag. This is going to be a new release. You probably saw me unbox it not too long ago, and I have since then used it a couple of times. And this bag, they deemed it to be its iconic bag, and I think it is, because most of the styles that Maison Kitsuni releases when it comes to bags is very streetwear, very whimsical, very fun, right? Which is not usually everybody's cup of tea. However, this bag, it's got the classic silhouettes with just a really cute fox logo as their opening. So I do love this bag quite a bit, and I think it is such a good price for what it is. And if you ask me, would I pay this particular price versus like a Cezanne or perhaps an APC bag? They're all about the same price range, a little give and take a little bit. I would definitely purchase this one over the Cezanne or the APC just because it's a fun kind of design where it is classic and whimsical at the same time without being too flashy. So this is going to be in the burgundy leather and it's going to be in the smooth skin, which concerns me a little bit. I'm always a little hesitant when it comes to buying smooth skin, but so far it has worn pretty well, but I haven't beat this bag up or anything and I haven't used it enough. But overall, I think it's going to be relatively durable. And then you can see if your hand has lotion when it comes to smooth leather, not just this particular bag, but any other bag that you have, you just have to be aware that it might look like it's stained. So you just have to like rub it out. But you can see the little fox logo right there. It's a brushed gold hardware. And my favorite part about it is going to be the enclosure. And it's actually pretty easy to use. The interior is going to be really flexible. So if you have been with me for a while, my first video ever on this channel was reviewing the APC Grace bag in the small. And the bag itself was so rigid that you couldn't fit much in there. However, this one is going to be much more malleable and much more flexible. So I was able to fit a lot more stuff in here. There are multiple compartments. There's 1, 2, 3. So again, you can put your card right here, card holder right here. And then of course, you've got your main stuff where you want to put a portable battery and whatnot. It all fits in here. And there's a lot more give when it comes to fitting more stuff in here. The one feedback I will give is that I wish there was a back pocket, and you can see that it's got the logo right here, which is very inconspicuous, which is nowadays is what I generally like a little bit more. The strap is adjustable, so it is going to be very versatile if you want to use it as a shoulder strap, and it does fit me really comfortably as a crossbody. So I can't speak to the wear and tear just yet, just because I haven't had this bag. This is one of the latest edition I did add to my collection, but overall, I'm actually really loving this one just because of the little fox here, and I've gotten so many compliments already the 2 times I wore it out. The next bag is going to be my YSL Nikki bag. You've heard me rave about this bag. It is one of my top favorite bags. I haven't used it in a while just because I tend to use this for work or travel because it is an all black bag and it is a flat bag, right? So technically it does fit that, box silhouette, but I would just be more of a flat bag, but it is going to be a box one. It is very flexible compared to the Maison Kitsuni bag, whereas this one, you can actually lay it flat and you don't have to worry about, getting it crushed or anything. So this is an excellent travel bag. Again, very low key. And of course you got the straps where you can wear it as a shoulder strap, or if you want to lengthen it out and use it as a crossbody. My favorite part is definitely the back pocket here, which, I still have a bunch of receipts in here and a business card. And then you can fit a lot more stuff in here because it's got one massive main compartment and a small pocket in the front as well. So overall, this is an excellent choice when it comes to this classic shape with a flat bag, super functional for you to use for years to come. The next one is going to be my Chanel, I don't even know what it's called, but it's a beige flat bag. And of course, like I said, the criteria, you can definitely wear this as a shoulder bag as well as a crossbody bag. It is a little bit shorter on me as I am 5'8", but probably for most people, you can use it as a crossbody very comfortably. And then you've got the Chanel logo right here, which is the enclosure, and you can, it's a flap, right? It's one single compartment. There's a pocket here and then a zip compartment there as well. So this is another classic one that you can purchase and have in your collection 15 years, 20 years, and it's still going to be relevant because of the silhouette, which is a traditional box kind of shape. I love this one. It is a vintage piece from like 1994 and it's got a back pocket. I don't know, like for nowadays, when we ask for back pockets, we want cell phones, right? To be able to put our cell phones in there. So back in 1994, what would you put in back? I don't know. Receipts? No, credit cards wasn't very popular back then. I don't know. I'm just curious. What would they ask for a back pocket? Like what do they put in there? But this one is going to be in the 24 karat gold hardware, which always is much better than what they're producing nowadays, which is not. The next one is going to be my Floron Hortensia in the regular size. This is, I think, in the olive color, and I've gotten so many questions in regards to the wear and tear of this bag. Good news, it has worn incredibly well. I haven't worn it a lot recently, but I think I will start wearing it just because of the dark color. I don't really care about colors, whether it's like, oh, it's a summer color or it's a winter color. It doesn't matter too much to me, but now that I am in the purview of this bag again, I think I'm going to start wearing it more often. But when it comes to the wear and tear, it looks like the day I got it. So I will say that when it comes to the leather, it is gorgeous. There's no corner wear. Actually, there is a little bit of wear. So I will say when it comes to the enclosure, because again, this is your traditional box leather bag where the main focal point or the star of the show is going to be the buckle itself, like most of the bags here, well, pretty much all of the bags here. This enclosure is very similar to the Pochette Métis, right? Where it's a pin enclosure and you got to kind of aim for the hole and then push it down to close and open the bag. And then when it comes to opening it, you have to push and open it, right? So obviously when you're wearing this as a crossbody, if you're wearing it as a shoulder bag, there is going to be, target practice, so to speak, when it comes to opening and closing the bag. So, which brings me to the actual wear of this bag. And you can see, if it's not showing up on the camera, I'll make sure to insert photos. There's a lot of dents that's happening on the actual bag right here, or the button here, the metal part here. Lots of scratches, lots of dents. So that is probably the only wear that I can see on this particular bag. The leather itself, fantastic. The corners, fantastic. Interior, fantastic. Now, is this the biggest deal? Should this deter you from purchasing this bag? No, I don't think so, because ultimately it's hard to see. If you put your nose up to it, yes, you can definitely see it. However, it's going to be closed most of the time. So to me, it's not a big deal, but I would have preferred if they made a different kind of enclosure so that this doesn't happen. Now in the back, you've got the back pocket, again, very similar to the Chanel beige I just showed you. Ooh, I got tickets in here. Okay, all right. That's gonna go back in there and see how long it hangs out there. Also, when it comes to the strap, you can actually detach it. I've never done it before, but you can see how it pushes right here. The little circle has a push enclosure where you can actually turn it and use a chain strap if you prefer. So I was talking to one of my subscribers and she was looking to purchase the mini swan, which I haven't looked at, Floron's website in a little bit. And so I started looking around and sneaky, Floron increased their prices on their website quite a bit. And I was doing the math on it. Seems like it was about 20 to 30% increase. So do I still think it's worth it? 100%, I think it's worth it, but it was a little, glad I bought it when I bought it, but it was just like, wow, they've really jacked up the prices. I'm gonna cover the next two at the same time because I feel like they're very similar, very different price points, but they're kind of similar at the same time. Again, in the classic box kind of silhouette here. This one obviously is going to be YSL. I purchased this a long time ago. I've had it for many, many years. And I want to say I use this maybe a handful of times. When I first got it, I used it quite a bit. And immediately when it comes to wear and tear, there was corner wear and I didn't even notice it. My sister-in-law was like admiring my new bag. She's like, oh, this is really pretty. There's a little bit of wear on the sides already. And I was just like, what? I've only used it like 2 times. So that was a little disappointing, but thankfully, this is a black bag, so it was really easy for me to fix it. And if you want to know how to fix black bags and corner wear, like at home fix that costs you like under $10, $15, I'll make sure to link the videos down below for you. But the leather itself is this grain leather and it's beautiful. The brushed gold hardware or the shiny gold hardware, no scratches on it whatsoever. And this is again the same silhouette as my other YSLs and Chanel's, where you can pull this through and the chain, I'm not going to do it because it's going to make a lot of sound, where it can be a shoulder bag and a crossbody bag. Now this bag is quite large, so it's a little bit awkward for you to wear as a crossbody bag. And this is coming from me, like I'm a big person. So if you're a more petite person, definitely don't get the large size. If you were to get the smaller size, I know my friend Mandy has the small size, I believe. It doesn't fit a whole lot, but in this particular classic fancy silhouette, it's not something you would wear as an everyday bag compared to the Fleuron or the Maison Kitsuni that you just saw. Even the Chanel beige is more of an everyday bag versus this one. I personally think that black bags are just more fancy, more formal in general. So this is why I haven't used this bag quite a bit. And then the back compartment, again, I love it. I just think that it is so convenient. The interior is just the opening is just a magnetic enclosure, and then it's just one big compartment with a zip pocket in there, and that's pretty much it. So if you want to fit anything and everything in there, definitely can. Now, when it comes to the Chanel Maxi, or is it the Jumbo? I can never get them right. It's about the same size, right? If you look at the YSL large envelope bag, they're pretty much the same size. Now, this one is going to be a vintage piece, right? Also from like 1995, 1994. The leather is going to be smooth skin and it's just got that quilty puffy look and it's just gorgeous. 24 karat gold, same idea. This one is going to have not just a pure chain, it's going to have that leather woven throughout the chain. Same thing, you can shoulder it, you can crossbody it. Now this is going to be a twist enclosure, so pretty easy to use, similar to the magnetic one. And then interior, same thing, it's just one zip compartment, one interior pocket, and then an open compartment. A beautiful bag. I have used this all of one time and it's just a massive bag. So if you are looking for a larger bag, because I think larger bags have come and go in terms of trends, but if you want a larger bag and you want to spend, how much money do you want to spend, right? Do you want to spend brand new? This is going to cost pretty similar, probably around the same as this vintage. Now, obviously you can't buy this brand new if you want the 24 karat gold. If you want to buy the brand new, the little large jumbo size at the Chanel boutique, that's going to cost you like a mini car payment. Think of your kid's first car, maybe more, probably more. My first car was $1,000, okay? Now this one does have the Mona Lisa pocket that actually is usable. So if you want to put your phone in here, you definitely can. It's not like the smaller versions, you can fit nothing in there. It's just for show. So I think it's a beautiful bag. I'm probably going to hold on to this just because it's a Chanel. They're not going to make this, especially in this particular condition. So yeah, I think this is an excellent choice, but really, if you want something similar, maybe think about getting this pre-owned. I imagine them to be about $1,500, $1,800 versus this at, you know, $3 grand, $4 grand, $5 grand, depending on the condition that you find on the pre-loved market. The next flat bag in the classic box silhouette is going to be my Leo at Violette Ghani bag. This is the small one, and I did purchase this quite a while back, and I used it quite a bit. So right now it's adjusted to the shoulder strap length. However, it did come with an extra strap so that you can turn it into a crossbody, which I can't find. I don't know where it is, but I think this is a really gorgeous looking bag. Obviously much more casual compared to the YSL and the Chanel. And the enclosure here, like the little button thing, is very unique. You can see how it just flips open. You can actually go downwards and then completely all the way around. It orbits around the entire swivel there. And the interior is going to be an open compartment, and then it's got a front pocket, and it's also got a little pocket with a little button enclosure, so it keeps things secure for you. The wear and tear on this bag has been fantastic. It is a smooth skin leather. It's a little bit more shinier, so you don't have to worry as much about your fingers being smudgy or oily or just have lotion on it compared to the Maison Kitsuni bag, the Eddie bag. This one is going to be a little bit more carefree than that one. It's got a back pocket, which is also very, very convenient when you need to put your phone in there, and it does have the magnetic enclosure. Overall, I love this bag as well. Haven't used it in a while, definitely will be busting it out, so you probably will see me wearing it as the bag of the day on my Instagram. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, definitely hit that like and subscribe button for me, and follow me on Instagram because I post a lot of deals on there, especially with Black Friday just happening there. Black Friday, I'll maybe elaborate on this a little bit more, but when it comes to Black Friday, you can snatch a lot of great deals, but a lot of these brands have a lot of good sales throughout the year, especially when it comes to, these smaller indie brands. They have their sample sales. Prices can be better then, but if you're shopping for Christmas, if you're shopping for the holidays, obviously take advantage of the good deals that they have. But no, if you can wait for those sample sales. Again, follow me on Instagram. I watch those like a hawk so that you can get a deeper discount. Stick with me and I'll find you a deal, is what I'm trying to say. Because we will not pay retail if we don't have to. Just saying. This is considered a mid-range kind of brand, and their indie brand, I think some of their new releases, stay tuned for those. Very innovative, very different for your traditional big luxury conglomerates. The next one is going to be another Chanel bag. I feel like all of my Chanel bags are in this square box silhouette flat bags. They're all the same classics. So that's why I'm just like, maybe I should venture into Chanel's and some of their other kind of silhouettes, but I just can't deal with the pricing. So anyways, this is another vintage piece from 1994-ish, 1996-ish. It's got the 24 karat gold hardware and very traditional to its name where it's got the twist lock enclosure. This one, I can wear it as crossbody. Again, very short on me, not a problem for you. But this one is a very rare piece from what I understand because it is in the caviar skin and it is a beige color. Most of these square ones that you see out on the pre-loved market, they're mostly lambskin and they are in black. So finding a beige one, I think I've seen a chocolate one, which is so rare. This beige one is going to be one of very few. It's got a back pocket, which of course checks my box. And then the interior is going to be just an open compartment with a couple of zip enclosures, very similar silhouette to the other Chanel flat bags. But this is just one of my favorites. I thought about letting it go, but now it's just like, I think I'm gonna hold on to it. Second to last is going to be my Chanel flat bag in the medium-sized classic double flap. Not much to say about this. You guys have seen this a million times, and I did purchase this from Paris at their original location in Rue Cambon. I've used this once. I don't know. I wish I kind of bought it in a beige color. It is going to be a really classic one where you can wear it as a crossbody or if you want to wear it as a shoulder strap. So not much to say, but I just want to include this so that you guys can see what my collection consists of when it comes to a classic box bag, leather bag. Last but not least is my Actic Nation Alley, the iconic Alley bag. This is a Danish brand, Swedish brand, one of the Copenhagen, one of the countries up north. And many of you have reached out to me asking me about this bag, and I haven't worn this in a while. And I freaking love this. So again, I feel like this is something I'm gonna put in my rotation. It's this off-white color in this grained leather, incredibly durable. I can't tell you how many times I've thrown this bag around on the car floor, around in the car seat, just at home, on the couch. I've literally thrown this bag anywhere and everywhere, including restaurants, and there is not a single mark on it. So this does come with a top handle. The reason why I'm adding this as part of this particular collection is because the top handle strap is detachable, and I do love how this one is super smushy. And then when it comes to the back pocket, it just checks every box. And I love how there are two D-rings. So again, very similar to my Fendi baguette, which I'm so happy it went to a new home. It does have that two D-rings so that it doesn't start clashing into each other when you do have the top handle on. The interior is just going to be a open compartment, main compartment, front compartment, little compartment, and then it's a compartment. So there's a lot of compartments, and it also comes with a little detachable for your keys. And the very interesting about this bag is that it does have two different magnets, and you don't need to pay target practice with this. You can actually just open and close it and it just snaps it accurately together as opposed to the Floron bag. But that also is because this is much more structured compared to the Floron. The Floron is just one enclosure and the leather is much more malleable. So that's why there's not so much of a structure for it to kind of just close on its own. This one is going to be much more stiff, so it's easier for it to aim for its home, so to speak, when it comes to the enclosures. And it also does come with feet. Out of all of these bags, only this one came with feet. So one of my favorite bags, definitely need to start using it. And if you are able to purchase one of these bags, definitely jump on it because the construction, the wear and tear, the craftsmanship is just impeccable. So that wraps everything up. If you want me to do a follow-up, because if you are thinking, hey, I just want to focus on the classic box leather, kind of the very similar to the Celine silhouette, let me know. I'm happy to go do some hunting and see what available ones are out there. Like I said, APC is very popular. There is also the Cezanne one, so I can create a list and see if you're looking to add one to your collection and it's going to be a classic one that you're going to be using for years to come. Let's do some research on it together and see what could be the best fit for you. Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. I'll see y'all next time.